on my tablet about these freeloading females on TikTok supposed to be content creators, expecting taxpayers to pay for and fund them every day for their food, to take care of their children. They expect taxpayers to always keep them on Section 8. I'm on Section 8, and I've been on Section 8 for years, but I've had my Section 8 taken 3 years ago from Miami-Dade County Housing Authorities because they said it was taking me too long to find an apartment, and I was in a shelter, but I had to fight to get my Section 8 from the Homestead Housing Authorities because I was in a Lotus House shelter. I had to mention their names this time because those two shelters have staff that don't care, but this ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about able-bodied women who keep having children just to stay on government benefits. And I've been telling women for over 20 years that you're going to end up getting a president who's going to take y'all off these government benefits, welfare, food stamps, and you could lose your HUD and Section 8, especially for your females who refuse to put your children's daddy on child support. I put my children's daddy on child support when I was on those benefits, and I wouldn't let him stay with me, even though I know it's wrong and it's racist that the government officials do that. But I wasn't married to him, and I didn't want him in my house anyway, staying with me, because my wasn't worth me letting him stay with me in my HUD unit anyway, because he wasn't right. He didn't want to take care of my children. He was violent. And he was mad because I wouldn't let him stay with me. He done everything to get me put in jail and try to get me kicked out of housing, but it all backfired on him. Everything he done to me, he got evicted himself, living out of his van that he had. He thought I was gonna give him money and food, which I didn't do. He didn't want to provide for his children, but he wanted me to provide for him. Even when I left him, I wouldn't do it. He thought I was going to take care of him, and he didn't want to take care of the children, but I did it all by myself. Yes, I went out and got help, which I had a right to go out and get the help needed. And yes, I went and done what I had to do to get things together. I went and applied for my first time home buyer workshop, which nobody called me. I applied for Habitat for Humanity homes, which I lost my $25 application fee twice because I lost my job that I had because I had no income and my children was little. These able-bodied women ought to be ashamed of themselves, expecting not to do things that they need to do to help themselves and to help children. They need to get off of welfare and food stamps. They need to stand on their own 2 feet. Because when I was able-bodied, when I was able to get out there to look for work, I looked for work at least 3 times a week. I was always at the Career Source Center looking for jobs. I was on my cell phone applying for jobs. I done everything I could. I faxed even staff at the Career Source Centers in Overtown and Liberty City was getting mad at me because I was making them fax my resumes, and I got them in trouble for that. But back to the able-bodied women out there using their money buying wigs, gambling, going to clubs, and getting their nails done and on public assistance. How can you get mad with the government officials for cutting you off? Look where your money going to on hair, nails, and I don't care how mad you all get. Y'all can look at this video and get mad and hate me for it. But you need to learn to understand, get up off your butt and do what you got to do to help yourselves. And it makes no sense for your doggone lazy behinds don't want to get your children daddy in trouble. Got your children daddy living in your units, HUD units, and on your Section 8 apartments illegally. I'm by myself. I'm not in no relationship, and there ain't no man living in my house, and I thank God I don't. The only man in my house is my son. He works, He is a hard worker. He helped pay bills, and they already know all of this. And I'm sick and tired of women making it bad for other women that really need these programs. Elderly people, sick people need these programs because they can't get out and work. Stop depending on everybody else and stop getting mad because you're getting cut off of food stamps and AFCC. That's good y'all getting cut off. I'm glad y'all getting that. And I've been on food stamps for a long time and I'm glad they cut me down. I'm glad they did it. But I still get out there and get food and do my best to get things together for myself. I write letters by mail, by email to help myself. I get organizations, people that run organizations to help me. And plus, I'm physically disabled. My medical conditions got worse. I've applied for call for housing. I applied for Habitat for Humanity homes and keep getting turned down. I've been out looking for my own home, and I've got on what they on Zoom doing Zoom meetings a lot about housing, about buying homes, and ways to generate money to get homes. These are the things I've been doing for years. Out looking for HUD homes, which is different from HUD housing projects. And I've been out looking for Section 8 homes, trying to figure out how much it is to be put down. When I was with my children's daddy, I tried my best to get him to get the $1,000 and put down on a 3-bedroom house in Liberty City, and he refused to do it. I tried for years to get it done. But I kept losing jobs, but that's okay. God got a reason behind that. And I'm sitting here looking at YouTube channel about these women freeloading and not wanting to do right. Get up off your butt and do what you need to do to help yourself. And I'm glad that they working towards this. A lot of women got kicked out of HUD when my children was younger because they was getting caught letting these shooting and killing each other in a projects, especially in Liberty City and Overtown. Now them projects, Rainbow Village has been torn down, which that and the Coleman projects, which those are two projects in Overtown. And they get mad with the government officials for years because back 8 years ago when I was staying in Liberty City, those able-bodied men and women had to be forced to go do job search 80 hours a month in job search, and a lot of them got had their food stamps and AFD stopped because they wasn't participating. They were sanctioned. That's the word for it. They got sanctioned because they refused to participate. But now they complain about getting cut off completely. I have half they food stamps, a majority of their food stamps taken away. And I just don't understand what's wrong with these modern day age women, including the ones my age and the generation after me, thinking that they can just live for free without going to work and without paying their bills. What makes you think you that taxpayers gonna fund you in your place and pay your bills without you getting up paying your own bills? Who told you you can just get that done? Nobody's not gonna do this for you. You got to learn to understand. You got to do what you got for your children. Don't be sitting here raising your children to be lazy like you and living off of government benefits forever. It's not gonna last. I've been saying that for years. These benefits ain't gonna last forever. I used when I was able to walk 2, 3 miles a day. I got out there looking for jobs. I picked up cans to make ends meet and to get extra money to get on a bus to get where I needed to go to in cabs, and I done what I had to do to try to get up out of HUD. I guess I had several jobs, but they may not have lasted long. But at least I did work, and I did let my caseworker with the Department of Children and Families when they were still around when we had to go in and recertify what I was doing. Yes, they know what I did. and I didn't get punished. I'm not telling y'all what I did. Stop thinking you can get away with what you're doing. You are not doing. Stop making a fool of yourself. Stop thinking you these benefits gonna last forever. I'm glad they reinforcing it, making you get off again. Because there was time when the president back 15 years ago made women get off their food stamps at AFDC, and they couldn't get back on once they got child support. And once their children turned 18, they lost their child support. They couldn't get back on food stamps again. I'm glad they got cut off of that too. They made them get out there and get jobs and do what they had to do to get off of this food stamp and welfare. And I'm glad I don't get that welfare no more because it's crazy. And my children, my daughter is sickly. She trying to apply for her SSI disability. And my son worked hard. He went to school to get his GED and certificate in painting. My daughter got a high school diploma, and I made her go to classes through Miami-Dade College to get her certificate in hospitality. She did that for 2 years. And I got plenty of certificates. I want to work, but I can't get work because I'm on disability. And plus, God got me to where I don't work because I've been out working and even babysitting, making money, picking up cans, doing other things I had to do to get. People need to start learning to understand. They can't just keep doing what they want to do. Learn to understand and get up off your lazy butt. It includes your men. Men, you're not exempt from this. If you're a single man that got HUD and got Section 8 and you're not taking care of your children, you need to be forced to be put on child support. You need to be forced to take care of your children. You need to stop having children with multiple women and know you can't afford it and know you don't want to take care of your children. You need to be put out your HUD place if you sitting there got these women in your units illegally and you're not taking care of your children and you able bodied but you rather sit around and act like a female and talk about other people but you're in the same boat as other people need housing but you don't want to go to work to pay bills and buy a home while a lot of people out there busting their butt to work and a lot of people trying their best to get work and they out there looking for work. There are people out there picking up cans just to get money to get around, out to buy food. People need to start changing their ways.